Good morning, friends. Welcome to the session of algebra, the concept of inequality. In this chapter, we try to understand how to apply the concept of Wavy Curve Method in order to find the different intervals in case of inequality, right? Before starting with the concept of Wavy Curve Method, first of all, I want to show you how to solve a question without Wavy Curve Method, where we have to apply the concept of inequality. Till time we have understood how to find the roots. For example, if I say it is given that x square plus 5x plus 6 equal to 0. So from here I can say I may get two values of x by making the factorization. X plus 2 into x plus 3 equal to 0. So I can say x is equal to minus 2 and x is equal to minus 3. Two values of x I can get. Now after this, we know that inequality symbol is either greater than or less than. So if my question is x square plus 5x plus 6 greater than 0, or it may be x square plus 5x plus 6, this is less than 0, right? Now I try to understand how to solve these type of questions. In this question I can find the value of x. We have got two values of x, minus 2 and minus 3. But here I cannot find the direct value of x. Here instead of finding the value of x, I can find out the intervals of x. For what interval of x the following inequality will always be true, and for what inequality, for what interval of x the following inequality will always be true, right? So first I am going to state you the basic method, and then after that I will start with the Wavy Curve method. If I have to answer this, what the first step is, I will make the factors x plus 2 into x plus 3. This is greater than 0, right? Now I can say that these are two numbers, their product is 0. Either both should be positive. When I multiply two positive numbers, their product will always be 0, or both should be negative. Both negative, in that case product is always is or 0, right? Here the symbol is or. Now I take the first case, when this is positive as well as this is positive, so I may say x plus 2 is greater than 0 and x plus 3 is greater than 0, right? From I can say x is more than minus 2, here you can say x is more than minus 3. I have to take the common interval. On the number line I may show this is minus 3 and this is minus 2, x is greater than minus 2, x is greater than minus 3. The common interval is here, that states me x is greater than minus 2, right? One interval I have got from here. For the second case, if their product is positive, both number may be negative. Here I can say x plus 2 is less than 0 and x plus 3 is less than 0, right? Here I can say x is less than minus 2 and we can say x is less than minus 3, right? Now again I will show it on the number line. This is minus 3 and this is minus 2. It states me x is less than minus 2 this side, x is less than minus 3 this side, right? So this is the common portion. So here I can say x is less than minus 3. And here the or is in between. So finally I can say answer to this question is, when you have x square plus 5x plus 6 greater than 0, so you can say that x is more than minus 2 or x is less than minus 3. It's an answer to your statement. I hope the idea is clear. Okay. Now after this, I am going to take the second part of the question. The second part of the question states me, if you have x square plus 5x plus 6 less than 0, we try to understand how to solve it, right? So that is the first approach. Here finally I have stated you that I have got it as x is greater than minus 2 or x is less than minus 3. This is the answer to my question. Now I am going to understand this question, the second one, x square plus 5x plus 6 less than 0. I try to make the factors. This is x plus 2 into x plus 3. This is less than 0, right? Here product of my two numbers is negative. That means either first is positive, second is negative, or first is negative, second is positive, right? So we just try to solve it one by one. If first is positive, it means x plus 2 is greater than 0 and x plus 3 is less than 0, right? it states me x is greater than minus 2 and x is less than minus 3. Now I try to find a common interval. I have taken it on the number line, minus 3 and minus 2. X is less than minus 2, minus 3, or x is greater than minus 2. No intersection is there. It means from there I can say there will be no solution. Now I take the second case. It states me first is negative and second is positive. So I can say x plus 2 is less than 0 and x plus 3 is greater than 0. Okay, it states me x is less than minus 2 and x is greater than minus 3. Okay, now I show it on the number line. This is minus 3 and this is minus 2. X is less than minus 2, x is greater than minus 3. This is my common interval. Here I can say x lies between minus 3 to minus 2. Okay. Now I have got two areas here. From the first point I got no solution. From the second I can say x lies between minus 2 to minus 3. So answer to my question is x lies between minus 2 to minus 3. That becomes my answer. Right. So that is our general approach. Means that is our basic algebraic approach. In order to find the inequality, we just try to convert my question in different pairs. Right. I just the product of both is positive. Either both are positive or both are negative, or here we can say their product is negative, so I may say one is positive, one is negative, and first is negative, second is positive. Then we try to find the common intervals and finally we can answer our question, right? So this is our conceptual approach in order to get our answer. But the question becomes very difficult when instead of 2 we have 3 factors, 4 factors. In that case, this approach is very cumbersome. We cannot answer our question with this approach. So at those places, we try to answer our question with the help of Wavy Curve Method or with the help of options. But this session is dedicated to the concept of Wavy Curve Method. So we try to solve our question with the help of Wavy Curve Method. Now what this method states. Before starting with this method, first of all, some parameters you have to take care of. The first parameter is the point that you have to remember. The first point that you have to remember, coefficient of x must be 1. If in any expression, any factor, coefficient of x is not 1, we try to make it to be 1, right? The second, we try to make it as power of any factor to be odd. Power of every factor to be odd. Right? If power is even, leave it. Leave it means you have to neglect that factor. I hope the point is clear. And fourth thing we can say, the factors may be in multiplication or division, the process will remain the same. Multiplication or in division, the process will always remain the same, right? The 4 things we have to take care of in order to answer the questions which are based on Wavy Curve method. The first thing that you have to take care of, at every place coefficient of x must be 1. Power of every factor to be odd. If power is even, you have to simply leave it, because when the power is even, the number will always be positive, and in that case it may not be negative. It does not affect my inequality. And fourth one is my factors may be either in multiplication or they may be in division. In both cases, we can apply the concept of Wavy Curve method, right? Now I am going to just state you some examples so that you may be better in a position to understand the concept. So I am going to start with the first example. It is given that x minus 2 into x plus 3 is greater than 0. Find the interval of x. The first step is, at different places you have x, at 2 places you have x. Put both to be equal to 0. So you get 2 values of x, one is 2 and one is minus 3. That's the first step, right? Now show these 2 points on number line, minus 3 and 2. First interval is this one, make it positive. Second interval is this one, make it negative. Third interval is positive. It's a standard rule. First interval is this one, x is greater than 2, make it positive. Second interval is this one, x lies between -2 to -3, that is negative, and this is positive. It goes on alternatively, starting from the right hand side, that to be positive, right? Now it depends on the question. Suppose here I have to find greater than 0, right? It means I have to take it for positive ones. Here it is positive, here it is positive. So this interval states me x is greater than 2, and this states me x is less than -3. This is an answer to my question. Pay attention here what I have stated here. This is a Wavy Curve method. How to answer these type of questions? First of all, you have to maintain these conditions. Coefficient of x is 1 everywhere, that is positive. Then power is odd, here power is 1, here power is 1, and the factors may are either in multiplication or division, right? In that case, what the process? First you have to put all the factors of x to be equal to 0. Here you get value of x to be 2, and here you have got value of x to be -3, right? Then show it on the number line. This is 2 and this is -3. Every time we start from the right hand side, positive, negative and positive, right? When I take this to be positive, then negative and then positive. Now it is up to the question. Here I have to find it for more than 0, means I have to take it for positive values. So I take to be this interval and this interval, my answer is this one, right? For the same question, if the question is x minus 2 into x plus 3 is less than 0. This step up to same. Now here I have to answer it to be less than 0. It means my answer is this portion. So I may say x lies between 2 to -3. That becomes my answer. That's my answer, right? Why? Because here I have to answer this to be less than 0. This becomes my answer. I hope the question is clear. Now I am going to state some more questions so that the idea would be more clear to you. Check out the second statement. It is given that x plus 3 into x minus 2 into x minus 1 is greater than 0. You have to solve the inequality, or we have to find out the different interval of x. Now try to check out how to find the different interval of x. First step that you have to start with it. Here we have 3 factors of x. Put all to be 0. So we get x to be -3, 2 and 1. Right? Then show it on the number line. This is -3, this is 1, this is 2. Always in the ascending order. Smallest value from this side -3, 1 and 2. Right? Now next point is, this is the first interval, more than 2, that is always positive, negative, positive, negative. Alternatively that goes on. Right? Here I have to answer my question of more than 0, means I have to take the positive intervals. So that first interval, that states me x is greater than 2. For positive, this one, this states me x lies between 1 to -3, right? So here I can say my answer is either x is greater than 2 or x lies between -3 to 1. This is an answer to this inequality. That becomes my answer. I hope it's clear. Okay. Now if instead of this, the question may be this one. Suppose it is given that x plus 3 into x minus 2 upon x minus 1. This is greater than 0. Suppose that question is this one, right? Now in the starting I also told you, either they in multiplication or they in division. It does not make any difference. The process remains the same. We put the 3 values to be equal to 0. We get -3, 2 and 1. Show it on the number line. And we just find these values. So our answer is x lies between -3 to 1 and x is greater than 2. Answer will remain the same. Okay, I hope the point is clear. Take the next example here. It is given that x minus 2 into x plus 3 whole square into x plus 1 is greater than 0. We have to solve this inequality. Okay. Now when you look at the question, we have to fulfill 4 conditions. The first one is coefficient of x to be 1. It's 1. Second one is power should be odd. At 2 places power is odd, this is even. Just leave it. Just simply leave it, because it does not affect my answer. Right? But one thing we have to take care here, that because this is more than 0, I may say x is not equal to minus 3. Because when you put x equal to minus 3, it becomes equal to 0, and we have to take care of x is not equal to minus 3, right? Now my question is simply x minus 2 into me x plus 1 is greater than 0. We get two values of x, 2 and minus 1. Show it on the number line. This is minus 1, this is 2. Positive, negative, positive, right? I have to answer it for positive one. It means I may say x is greater than 2 or x is less than minus 1, except x is not equal to minus 3. So I may say except x equal to minus 3. Means everywhere that is true, because here x is less than minus 1, it may take all values that are less than minus 1. But as per to the first condition I have told you, x is not equal to minus 3, that becomes the final answer to your question. I hope the idea is clear. Means if that is positive, power is positive, just leave it. And the remaining part is this one, that becomes your answer. Okay? Then you have statement number 5. After that you have statement number 5, try to understand it. It is given that x minus 1 raised to power 99, x plus 2 raised to power 100, x minus 3 raised to power 101, x plus 4 raised to power 102 less than 0. You have to find the interval for x. Okay? Now when I look at this question, I try to fulfill my conditions. Coefficient of x is 1. Power must be odd. At two places that is even, it means just leave it. Right? And here I can say x cannot be equal to minus 2 and minus 4. Two things I can say. X cannot be equal to minus 2 and minus 4. Then that portion is left. How much big is the power? You are nowhere concerned with. Just make it as x minus 1 into x minus 3 less than 0. Okay? Put it equal to 0. You get it as x to be 1 and 3. Show it on the number line. This is 1, this is 3. Positive, negative, positive. It is less than 0. It means x lies between 3 to 1. That you have got. Okay? Except minus 2 and minus 4. Here we don't have minus 2 and minus 4 in this. So finally we can say that that is the answer to this question, where x lies between 1 and 3. For that, this inequality will always hold true. If x is outside of 1 and or it should be more than 3, in that case the following inequality will not hold true. I hope the idea is clear. Now after this, we are going to solve some different questions. Take the next problem, statement number 6. You have to find the inequality, you have to solve the inequality. It is given that 2x minus 3 upon x plus 4 is less than minus 3. 2x minus 3 upon x plus 4 is less than minus 3. You have to solve this inequality. Okay? Now when I try to answer it, the first thing I have to take care of, I cannot directly multiply. Because in case of inequality, if this is positive, in that case we can multiply. But here, we cannot say whether x plus 4 is positive or negative. That means I cannot directly multiply. So if you have any question based over this, first of all bring this 3 here. To make it as 2x minus 3 upon x plus 4 plus 3 is less than 0. Take the LCM, make it as 2x minus 3 plus 3x plus 12 upon x plus 4, that to be less than 0. Right? Then I can make it as 5x plus 9 upon x plus 4 to be less than 0. Now this question is a perfect for inequality. For solving the, now that question has been converted to a question where we can apply the concept of wavy curve. But it's better. First of all, take 5 as common, because we have to make the coefficient of x to be 1. It becomes x plus 9 by 5. So I can make it as x plus 9 by 5 upon x plus 4, it to be less than 0. Because it's 5, that would be divided. 0 by 5, your answer is set to be 0. Now solve it. What we can say, we can put this to be 0, this to be 0. We may get two values of x, minus 9 by 5 and second one is minus 4. Now we'll show it on the number line, minus 4 and minus 9 by 5, right? Positive, negative, positive. Because I have to answer my question less than 0, it means that portion is my answer. So I may say x is greater than minus 4, x is less than minus 5. That is the answer to my inequality. It becomes my answer, right? So what I can say that if my question is this one, my final answer is this one, right? Before applying the concept of the Wavy Curve method, the first thing is you have to convert your question compatible with Wavy Curve method, right? For that, it should be either greater than 0, less than 0. Coefficient of x must be 1. Just try to convert it, and finally here I can say that x is greater than minus 4 and less than minus 5. It is an answer to my statement. After this, the next question that you have, just try to understand the question. It is given that 3x square plus 7x minus 6, 3x square plus 7x minus 6 upon x square minus 9x plus 8. 9x plus 8, this is less than 0. Solve it for inequality. Find the different interval of x that satisfies this particular inequality, right? Now we know that in order to apply the concept of Wavy Curve method, first we try to factorize it. When I look at this, I can make the factors very easily. We can take it individually. Suppose 3x square plus 7x minus 6. Okay, so I make it as 3 to 6, 18. You make it as 3x square plus 9x minus 2x minus 6. Take 3x as common, you get it as x plus 3. Take minus 2 as common, you make it as x plus 3, right? And I can take x plus 3 as common, this would be 3x minus 2. So the first factor is this one. Similarly, I can make it for x square minus 9x plus 8. So I make it as x minus 8 into my x minus 1, right? So that factors I have made. Now I can put all these values here. So I make it as x plus 3 into 3x minus 2 upon x minus 8 into x minus 1. This is less than 0. That you have done. Now after this, we can apply the concept of inequality because the conditions are being fulfilled except this one. Take 3 as common outside, you make it as x plus 3. It makes you x minus 2 by 3. Further make it as x minus 3, 8. It is x minus 1 is less than 0 because I have taken 3 as common, that would be in a division. And if you also don't take it as common, in that case also, you can answer it. But make sure as the coefficient of x must be positive, right? Now after this, we put all the numbers to be equal to 0. We are in a position to get the different values of x. Minus 3, 2 by 3, 8 and 1, right? Now I put it on the number line. This is minus 3, this is 2 upon 3, this is 1 and this is 8 by, that is 8. Okay? Now if you want to answer this, start from this side, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive. You have made this positive, negative, positive, negative, positive. Okay? Now we have to answer it for the negative 1 and 2. These two are my answers. Finally I can say my answer is, first one is x lies between 8 to 1 and the second one is x lies between 2 by 3 to minus 3. That's your answer. Okay, then we have the next type of questions here, question number 8, which are based on the concept of inequality, as well as a new point have been added into this. The question is, it is given that 3x square minus 7x minus 6 into x square minus 5x plus 4. X square minus 5x plus 4 is less than 0. We have to find out total integral values of x. Total possible values of x where x is an integer. That's our statement, right? Now for answering our question, the first step is we have to solve the intervals. means we have to apply the Wavy Curve methods. We have to factorize it. So I make it as 3x square minus 9x plus 2x minus 6, or take 3x as common, make it as x minus 3, 2x common, make it as x minus 3. Finally I get it here as 3x plus 2 into x minus 3 into x minus 4 into x minus 1 is less than 0. Right, that is the first step that we have. First of all, we have to factorize our given structure. Right, if they are already in factorization, it is very easy for us to answer. If they are not in factorization, the first step is we have to make it factorized. Now the second step is, for applying the Wavy Curve method, I try to find the values of x, putting all to be equal to 0. It states me minus 2 upon 3. It states me 3, 4 and 1. We have to take care of coefficient of x must be positive, right? Now the next I will show on this on the number line. Minus 2 by 3, 1, 3 and 4. Okay. Then applying Wavy curve plus, minus, plus, minus, plus. That we have to apply. Okay. Because here I have to find it for the negative. It means this interval we have to take, right? As well as this interval I have to take. Okay. Now if the question is if I have to find the intervals for x, my answer is there. But here my question is what is the total number of integral solutions. But for where the x is an integer. Between 3 and 4 you have an integer value of x? No. Between minus 2 by 3 and 1 we have 0. Right. We don't have any other value here. So here I can say only possible solution is 0. Okay. So I can say number of integral solutions for x is equal to 0. That is my answer. I hope the answer is clear. Because here number of integral solutions are equal to 1, and which is equal to 0. So my answer to this question is number of integral solution to this question is 1. So that is also another application of the concept of Wavy Curve method, in which we just understood that first of all make the factorization, put all terms equal to 0, right? Then show it on the number line and try to answer it. So I can say my number of solutions are equal to 1. Take the next question, statement number 8. It states you that x minus 3 by x plus 2 is less than 0. We have to find out number of integral solutions for x. Okay. Now if you have to answer the question what process I can apply, I earlier told you either the number are in division or in multiplication. The Wavy Curve method will remain the same. So what I am going to do here, I just put both to be equal to 0, 3 and minus 2. Then I will show it on the number line. This is minus 2 and this is 3. Positive, negative, positive. I have to take it for less than 0, means this interval is my final interval. Okay. Now between minus 2 to 3, find how many integers are there. Minus 1, 0, 1 and 2. My total integers are 4. Okay. So here I can say that number of solutions to x, where x is an integer, are equal to 4. Because the question is that is given to you. We have to find out how many different integral solutions for x are possible. Different integral solutions of x are possible. So here I can say my answer to this question is 4. There are 4 such integral solutions are possible. Right? After that I am going to discuss the last question of this session. Statement number 9. It is given that x square plus 1 is less than x cube plus 1. We have to find the interval of x. We have to find the intervals of x. Okay. So what I can say is that for answering it, I will bring that number to be here. Sorry, it's x square plus x. I will bring this number to be here. So I may say x cube plus 1 minus x square minus x is greater than 0. I may take x square as common. So I am being left with x minus 1. Here I can also take minus 1 as common. I am being left with x minus 1 greater than 0. This gives me x minus 1 into x square minus 1 greater than 0. I can make the factors of this x square minus 1. We make it as x minus 1 into x plus 1 into main x minus 1 is greater than 0, right? Now I can say this is x minus 1 whole square into x plus 1 is greater than 0. Now I told you that if you have to apply the concept of Wavy Curve method, power should be odd, it's positive, just leave it. And here I can also say x is not equal to 1, because I can put, if I put x equal to 1, it becomes equal to 0. Now I am being left with x plus 1 to be greater than 0. It states me x is greater than minus 1, not x to be 0. So I can say my answer is minus 1 to infinity, minus 1 to infinity, except x is not equal to 1, right? We can say that the answer to this question is minus 1 to infinity, leaving x equal to 1. It becomes an answer to my statement, right? I hope you are in a position to understand the concept of the Wavy Curve method. It's a very simple method. In order to solve the concept of inequalities, read this exercise from any book, watch this session one more time, and also share this session with your friends so that they can also be benefited with these classes. Thank you very much.